The Complete Works of Swami Vivekananda, Volume 3, Section 4. Sannyas, its ideal and practice. Sannyas, its ideal and practice. A parting address was given to Swamiji by the junior sannyasin of the Mutt, Billur, on the eve of his leaving for the West for the second time. The following is the substance of the Swamiji's reply as entered in the Mutt diary on 19th June 1899. This is not the time for a long lecture, but I shall speak to you in brief about the few things which I should like you to carry into practice. First, we have to understand the ideal, and then the methods by which we can make it practical. Those of who those of you who are sannyasin must try to do good to others. For sannyas means that those of you who are sannyasin must try to do good to others. For sannyas means that there is no time to deliver a long discourse of renunciation, but I shall very briefly characterize it as the love of death. Worldly people love life. The sannyasis is to love death. Are we to commit suicide then? Far from it. For suicide are not lovers of death, as it is often seen that when a man trying to commit suicide fails, he never attempts it for the second time. What is the love of death then? We must die. That is certain. Let us die, then for the good cause. Let all our actions, eating, drinking, and everything that we do tend towards the sacrifice of ourselves. You nourish yourself, you nourish your body by eating. What goes in there is doing that if you do not hold it as a sacrifice to the well being of others. You nourish your mind by reading books. There is no good in doing what that unless you hold it also as a sacrifice to the whole world. For the whole world is one. You are rated a very insignificant part of it, and therefore it is right for you that you should serve your millions of brothers rather than aggrandize this little self. Sarvataha panipadam tat sarvato akshi shiro mukham. Sarvataha panipadam tat sarvato akshi shiro mukham. सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लो सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्ला एके सर्वमावृत्य सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति सर्वतः श्रुतिमल्लोके सर्वमावृत्य तिष्ठति. With hands and feet everywhere, with eyes, hairs and mouth everywhere, with ears everywhere in the universe that exists, pervading all. Thus you must die a gradual death. In such a death is heaven. All good is stored therein, and in its opposite is all that is diabolical and evil. Then, as to the method of carrying the ideals into practical life, first we have to understand that we must not have any impossible ideals. An ideal which is too high and makes a nation weak and degraded. This happens after the Buddhistic and the Jain reforms. On the other hand, too much practicality is also wrong. If you have not even a little imagination, if you have no idea to guide you, you are simply a brute. So we must not lower our idea. Neither are we to lose sight of practicality. We must avoid the two extremes. In our country, the old idea is to sit in a cave and meditate and die. To go ahead of others in salvation is wrong. One must learn sooner or later, then one cannot get salvation if one does not try to seek the salvation of these brothers. You must try to combine in your life immense idealism with immense practicality. You must be prepared to go into deep meditation now, and the next moment you must be ready to go and cultivate these fields. Swamiji said, pointing to the meadows of the mutt. You must be prepared to explain the difficult intricacies of the Shastras now, and the next moment to go and sell the product of fields in the market. You must be prepared for all manual service, not only here but everywhere else, elsewhere also. The next thing to remember is that the aim of this institution is to make men. You must not merely learn what Rishi taught. Those Rishis are gone and their opinion are also gone with them. You must be Rishis yourself. You are also men as much as greatest men that were ever born, even for incarnations. What can mere book learning do? What can meditation do even? What can a mantra and a tantra do? How you must stand on your own feet. You must have this new method and the method of man making. The true man is he who is strong, has strength itself, and yet possesses a human's heart. You must feel for millions of beings around you, and yet you must be strong and inflexible, and you must also possess obedience. Though it may seem a little paradoxical, you must possess these apparently conflicting virtues. If your superior if your superior orders you to throw yourself into the river and catch a crocodile, you must first obey and then reason with them. Even if the order be wrong, first obey and then contradict it. The ban of sects, especially in Bengal, is that if anyone happens to have a different opinion, he immediately starts a new sect. He has no patience to wait. So you must have a deep regard for your sangha. There is no place for disobedience here. Crush it out without mercy. No disobedient member here. You must turn them out. There must not be any traitors in the camp. You must be free as the air, as obedient as this planet and plants and dogs.